If you hang around with piano technicians, you may hear them talk at some point about bushings. Key bushings, flange bushings, this sort of thing. A bushing is simply a place where there's friction, and you want to be able to control that friction. In this particular case, I'm showing you key bushings, or two sets of key bushings. One is at the balance rail. That little piece of red felt on either side is the bushing, and it cushions the friction against the balance rail pin. And also there's a front rail bushing which cushions the friction against the front rail. The critical thing again is to have not too much, not too little, but just the right amount of friction. You want the key to move easily, but you don't want it to wobble back and forth, and you don't want it to get stuck. Sticking keys are very common complaint on pianos, and usually indicated by the fact that the key goes down and doesn't come back up. Frequently, the cause is the front rail bushing. The front rail bushing is too tight and it binds on the front rail pin. This isn't always the case, but it's a frequent problem, and especially in high humidity times, as this wood and this felt swells, it swells enough to bind on the front rail pin and cause problems with the key. The solution, the quick solution, is to simply ease this bushing. And you have a tool, or a variety of tools. This is a nice Renner tool I got years ago. That you then insert and you squeeze gently to compress the felt and a little bit of the wood on each side. The critical thing is that these jaws are parallel, because you don't want it to be eased to 1 degree at rest and then at a different degree when it's depressed. So you want to squeeze and compress this wood and felt in a even parallel manner, which is why most key bushing tools have parallel jaws. Again, you don't want to go too far, because if you go too far, you can get sloppiness and knocking in the keys, which causes a problem as well. But frequently, it's also a problem with new pianos as well. New pianos are they're manufactured ideally to very close tolerances. So when they get in a home, when they get in a new environment, it's not uncommon at all for them to swell and change just enough to cause some binding and some friction problems. So that's why frequently these kind of service calls are handled routinely by a dealer with a new piano, because you sort of expect it. And in fact, in some ways you want it, because it shows that the piano was manufactured to very close tolerances.